This week in Dark Force Rising, we've got some zap, some slap, and some chewy nap. All to come in Chapter 9.
Woo!
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Are we blind? Deploy the...
Hello there. I'm Darren.
I'm Kat.
And welcome to The Real Sequels, the series of events that happened after Episode 6 in the books, novels, and sometimes comics in the expanded universe. This week we're opening with Chapter 9 of Dark Force Rising. Chapter 9 opens on board the Millennium Falcon, floating peacefully above Endor. Just then, a ship drops out of hyperspace, and Leia hails it, asking if it's Khabarakh. In a gravelly lizard voice, the captain of the other ship says, "Yes, Lady Vader." Khabarakh says he's alone as promised, and asks if Leia is also alone, and if she has any weapons. Leia relays that she's with her pilot and protocol droid, and has her lightsaber. She asks if 3PO can join her as an interpreter. Khabarakh agrees and says she may also keep her lightsaber. She asks if there's any dangerous wildlife on Honoghr, and Khabarakh says, not anymore. Chewie protests angrily over the intercom at Leia leaving without him. The Noghri then asks if there was a problem, to which Leia, seeing that this was a politically charged and sensitive situation, decided not to lie and says that her pilot has an issue with her going alone. She thought not to go into the life debt situation. However, without her prompting, the Noghri asks if the Wookiee had a life debt with her. Leia is surprised by this, as she wasn't expecting the Noghri to know about the Wookiee culture.
Ah, I see you're a man of culture as well.
Khabarakh says that the Wookiee's culture is something similar to his own. Leia opens up, saying that Chewie was originally under a life debt to her husband, but later extended it to her and her brother as well. After a beat, the Noghri says that the Wookiee may join them. Leia, 3PO, and Chewie climb aboard the ship. So the journey takes them around 4 days, and in that time, Leia expects that they will come to understand the Noghri culture more, as she gets to know Khabarakh a bit better. However, the Noghri keeps to himself, mostly staying in his own sealed cabin and cockpit.
I could just imagine Chewie dropping like subtle hints about how he doesn't like this guy. Things like shitting with the door open to catch the eyes of the Noghri and show him his boss. Like, the Noghri probably knows he can't break eye contact, so this probably just goes on and on for...
Like leaving him an upper decker.
Yeah.
So 4 days later, they arrive in Honoghr, a world completely devastated by a space battle. Leia is completely taken aback by the sheer scale of the damage. Chewie growls, and Leia says that she wasn't sure who was the cause of the planet's devastation, but that hardly had mattered. A battle causing the devastation means that both the Empire and the Republic were to blame, and it's no wonder that the Imperials were able to win over the Noghri.
A subtle hint at the moral ambiguity of war for any reason, and no one even had to go to a casino. Imagine.
Please don't.
So just then, they notice a Star Destroyer in orbit. Chewie cries out and begins to charge down the corridor to confront Khabarakh, who is saying over the intercom that he didn't betray them. So Chewie opens the cockpit.
How does Chewie even remain angry after the door opens? It goes wang. I mean, a door that says wang should diffuse any situation. I just imagine he waves at it and just stands there awkwardly, not knowing what to do.
Cox.
So Chewie attacks an Noghri. He throws Chewie off into the corner with the lift of one arm.
Ah, so Khabarakh is a student of Pai Mei, clearly.
Pai Mei taught you the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Of course he did.
So Khabarakh explains that if he doesn't check in immediately, then the Star Destroyer will know that something's wrong. Leia decides that the betrayal doesn't make sense and tries to talk down Chewie, who is in a blind rage at the moment and cannot be moved. So then Khabarakh says that he has no choice and zaps Chewie with the ship's stun defense system.
Shocking, isn't it?
Khabarakh then reports in, claiming that they had some technical malfunctions and that some of the systems were acting up, such as the ship's static dampening. He tells all this to Leia afterwards, informing her that the Star Destroyer was the Chimera and that his Imperial Lord Thrawn was holding a convocate. This rings alarm bells with Leia. However, Khabarakh reassures her. He says that Vader gave the Noghri their purpose back, and he remembered the day that he passed on the leadership of the Noghri to Thrawn to focus on the Emperor's plans. He said that was a sad day for the Noghri, and Leia realized that this Noghri would keep his promise to her anywhere, even if it meant sacrificing his own life. He says that it's impossible to go to the capital as planned. Instead, they should go to Khabarakh's small village in the edge of the Clean Land. Meanwhile, Thrawn is attending the convocate, sitting in a throne while the Noghri leaders perform welcoming ceremonies. Peelion, completely bored and getting more agitated as time goes on, gets a report about a Noghri ship and thinks that he probably shouldn't bother taking this to Thrawn, as it's such a small detail when the ceremony's going on.
But these guys are like the cutest couple ever. Thrawn just cocks his head and knows exactly what's going on through Peelion's mind. Like, what's up, boo?
So Thrawn's like, something to report, Captain. And Peelion lays out what had happened. There was a small anomaly, and hands Thrawn the datapad. Thrawn reads through the datapad. Step by step, he links the details together with his tactical mind. He breaks it down that it's odd for a ship that is broken didn't immediately go to Naisto, the capital city, with a very specific problem that stops the ship being scanned. Thrawn then says, importantly, that Peelion may not remember the Noghri that checked in's name, but that he was part of the squad sent after Leia, and it's strange that it took him so long to report in or return home. Peelion says that the ship may be in range of the Chimera's tractor beam, but Thrawn responds to let it land and send a tech team ahead of them to the landing site. Thrawn then turned to one of the Noghri leaders, the leader of Clan Kimbar, that's Khabarakh's clan. Thrawn says to the leader, one of your people has returned home. Let's go to the village and welcome him. So that's all interesting. They're all heading straight into a big convergence. Leia's now heading up and going to the exact place Thrawn's going, so it's cool to see what's going to happen there.
They should have hid behind an asteroid.
Yes.
But I think the real question at the end of this chapter is, if you were a door, what noise would you make?
Very important question.
It's a very important question. It's going to keep me up at night. I don't know.
Well, that's about all we've got time for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And leave us a wee comment below with what noise you would make as a door. Don't forget to check out some of the videos at the end of this one. And we'll see you all next time. Bye!
Bye!